Hello and welcome to Is This About Business? My name is Mike Lavadorty.
Hi, and I'm Frankie Lavadorty, your other host here. And today we are with Adrian Rodriguez with
Hi.
Top Coverage Insurance, and he's going to tell us all about his business and himself today. Thank you, Adrian.
Yes, thank
Hi, thank you
you.
for having me here.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
of
joining
course.
us. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about your path and how you came to be founder and CEO of Top Coverage Insurance?
Do you want from the beginning, or you want actually the only the business part or
I mean, I
everything?
think the whole path is, everything happens for a reason, right? And it's kind of like the butterfly effect, right? If one thing didn't happen, would you be here? Who's to say?
Yeah.
No. So basically, to start really fast, came from Cuba in 2011. Zero English, zero knowledge of nothing whatsoever. I didn't know even how to swipe a card. You know, Cuba. We came in 2011. Met my wife. I a month later. Well, actually, my family met her before I met her. She was looking for rent around my house before I arrived to the US. Then we met and we started together a year later, working out, whatever. We start college. I begin a bachelor's in psychology. I finished my bachelor's. I was doing half of my master's when I got a series of events that happened while I was working with adults. I was working in an ICF with 30 something clients. It's people with
Mm,
disabilities, adults. I moved out of town and they moved me to a smaller location. This is a group home with not weird, like more difficult behaviors. So I got attacked. One of my clients bit me in the chest, and yeah, it was weird, but I'm fine. He bit me in the chest. I fell. I broke my meniscus. Imagine my chest was bleeding. My meniscus was broken. I went out of work for like 3 months in workers' comp. While I was doing that, I already had the license because my wife is been doing this for like 8 years. So she pushed me a little bit before. She said, "Hey, get the license, get the license, get the license." And I got the license, and I had it, and I was working with adults. I was like something, just in case I wasn't planning in doing any insurance whatsoever. I was planning to become a psychologist. After the accident, 3 months in my house doing nothing. It's just like I can't be like this, and I consider myself I'm not getting paid enough to be beaten and all that, because it was adults, like big dudes beating you up, and you have to take it. You can't defend yourself because obviously that they can't. So it's a difficult situation. So I went to the mall, I bought a computer, a screen, and start a company, and here we are.
that. And so, what year did you formally start Top Coverage Insurance?
The first policy was sold in June 2021, which is the day of my birthday. On my
Awesome.
birthday, we sold the first policy.
That's like the best birthday gift, I'm sure.
Yeah, I remember I was working I was working and I start sending all the emails as possible. I start sending every single email I could to every carrier. Everyone says, no, no, no. If you don't have a production, I'm not going to give you an appointment. So it's like, if you don't give me the opportunity, how am I going to have production? So thank God, Bristol West gave me the appointment. It was my first appointment. Yeah, we start there. We start selling. We start selling. We start selling. We start growing. And my first place was working inside a dealership, in a Kia dealership.
Okay.
Okay.
10 a.m. to 9 p.m. for a year and a half, every single day, Monday to Monday. I didn't get a single day off for a year and a half, working 9 to 9. Sometimes even later than that because the dealer closed at 9. But sometimes there are people that needed help, and I have to stay until 11, 12 every single day. After a little bit, when 6, 7 months pass by, you get used to. So something funny happened because when we stopped working, say, hey, we're gonna take a break. We gotta take at least a weekend. We got sick. So
Really?
every time we take a break, we got sick. It's like my body wasn't used to. Yeah, my body wasn't used to not working. It's like, no, something's wrong, and we got sick. So finally, after like 2 years of working, we start getting the weekends off. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
Yeah. I think that really shows that you're, really willing to do whatever it takes, which is important. It seems like it kind of set you up to be in the space you're in now.
That's why we left Cuba. So I left my country to a better place to come here to this great nation, and we found opportunities and we took it. We're gonna keep working until I'm old and I can work.
That is so great. So do you feel like
Yeah.
that's your motivator for working so hard, and like owning your own business takes a lot of like guts and a lot of courage? So do you feel like that's something that kind of powers you through when it's tough?
It was poverty. I grew up in a place where running water was a luxury. Toilet paper doesn't exist. So I don't know if we can say stuff here in the podcast. I can.
Absolutely. That's the safe
Yeah,
Okay.
space.
yeah.
So there is a saying in Spanish says that Cubans have the most educated asses in the whole country, in the whole world, because there is no toilet paper in Cuba. So
Uh,
people get the newspapers, you cut it in pieces, you stack it on top of the toilet. So every time you go, you grab a piece, you get it like kind of wet, you smash it, and then you use it. So basically, like you teaching you as to read. That's a saying in Cuba. So going through all of that and a lot more, I figure I'm guessing you guys know what happened in those countries. I can go back, so the country doesn't let me go back. I'm enemy of the state. No, I can't.
wow.
It is another story. It's not related to business, but it's another story. Funny story. They put me national television. They said that I'm a terrorist. All of that bull crap. It's just they do that to everyone that disagrees. I'm
Okay.
opinionated. I'm opinionated. I talk a lot, and I talk a lot online, and they don't like that. And I did some stuff. I went to Cuba undercover, dressed as a homeless to give food and medication to some people in need. There was a
What?
tornado in Cuba, and we tried to send stuff there, and they
Okay.
didn't let any help get in. So we have to buy a ticket, take the food there. But there was a police around the area that didn't let anyone in that looked different. So I had to dress up as a homeless with a big bag, walking in. So I get in, I broke through it, and I went to the house. I still have the pictures, and I gave the food, and I went back. And the funny thing is that I was leaving at the airport the next day, and I was sitting in front of the door, like to exit, and I got a Sharpie. And I was like, my heart was like, bump, I'm gonna go to jail. And they call, and I was the last person, and I wrote something in the seat with the Sharpie. I was sitting, I did this, and they called me, say, you're the last one coming. I come in, and I got into the plane, and I swear to God, and they called me through the speakers. I didn't pay attention, just keep walking towards the airplane. Nothing happened. Like 2 days later, my mom calls me. They put you on national television. They say that you're a terrorist. All that, blah blah blah. It was a fun story.
That's incredible.
And they said you're a terrorist because you were bringing supplies to help
Yeah.
people.
They say that I was a CIA paid guy that worked in an undercover lab in Miami. I don't even live in Miami.
Are you with the CIA? No, I'm just kidding.
A witch. I need the paycheck.
That is incredible. So was that the last time that you had been back,
Yeah.
and when was that?
That was, I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But since them, they text me. They haven't done it in a while because I closed Facebook. But they used to
Okay.
text me a lot. Said, "Hey, if you come, we're gonna put you in jail. We're gonna kill you." And the funny thing is, my sister-in-law, she lives in the other side of the country. So I met my wife here in the U.S. So my
Mhm.
sister-in-law went to Cuba to her town, like nothing to do with my town. I live in Havana. She lives in the interior of the country. And the police went to her house and told her, tell Adrian that if he comes, he goes to jail. So like, how do you know? But they know everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So what kind of
But besides
government is
that,
that there?
uh-huh. Yeah,
What kind of
it's
government do
weird.
they have right now?
Uh-huh.
What kind of government do they have over there right now? Is it
There
like a
is no,
dictator
it's a
or
dictatorship.
okay.
It's a communist dictatorship.
Okay.
It is. And so
But
as your
besides,
family,
no, there's no one else in my, I do have some cousins and aunts, but it's distant family. No, not distant, like, it's not like really close family. My mom is already here. My dad is here. Everyone's here. So I have no worry about it.
that is
Okay. Well, good
wild.
job. Safe
It's
here.
intense. Yeah. It's weird when you see yourself in that position because I wasn't expecting that. So when I see myself on TV, I remember. I was laying in bed and I watching my phone and everyone started texting me, what's happening? What's going on? And I see the video they sent me. I was like, boom, 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 boom. What's going to happen? Until you realize this is just whatever they do. They can't do nothing to me here. So
Like
I just,
propaganda.
yeah, just forget about that. And nothing happened actually. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing that nothing happened. And I think it shows a lot that you're willing to do all of that and risk that to go back and to help people because they're being neglected. That says a
One
lot.
day I'm going to go back to rural Cuba.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. And
And
to
then
help
the
people.
humanitarian aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to build stuff. I want to build. We have to rebuild the countries. It's nothing works. I would say that in 2 years and a half, maybe less than 2 years, the whole country will collapse. There's no infrastructure. There's no electricity. They have national blackouts. So at some point, the little infrastructure is going to collapse completely. They can't turn it back on. And that's it. There's no other way. But back to business.
Yeah. That's
Insurance, we choose insurance because first of all, my wife had like 8 years of experience at that time, and insurance is bulletproof. There's recession proof. Nothing is going to happen. We need insurance forever. We're going
Yeah.
to need doesn't matter how bad the economy is, we're going to need insurance. So we said, you know what, let's keep it going. We're going to keep building, and it's been tough days. 2025 was a rough day for us. We recently, like 2 days ago on Sunday, we had our company party. Right now we are 15 counting with us. But the beginning of the year it was 5 of us.
Wow.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the year was 5 only. A couple people left, and it was a chaos in the agency. The office was like really quiet. It was like 2 people here. It's like this is not gonna go. This is not gonna go. But my wife, now she's amazing, and she's like, you know what? Keep going. We start this together. We don't need an army to do this. We're gonna keep building, and we did. Now we have 15 people. We have three dealer chiefs that we service those dealers. We have 2 offices. We have one here in Boca, where I am right now. We have another office in West Palm Beach, and I have a franchisee in Kendall, back near Miami. So we good. We good. We
Yeah.
planning to grow more as much as God let us do. So we're gonna keep working and grinding. Coming here every day, 9 a.m., 8 p.m. So
And
that's the attitude.
so you have one franchise. So is that something you're looking to do, is to turn this into a franchise?
We are a franchise, so we
Okay.
can sell franchises. But the main struggle here is to find people that can run the franchise like you want. I don't want to dilute my brand. I'm not a big agency, but my brand was worth a lot to us. So how we work in the agency, we never had a single problem. We never been sued whatsoever. Nothing. We were close, but thank God we put the safeguards in place to avoid those. If you have time, I'll tell the story. We saw the policy. We were selling the policy. My agent comes to me and says, "Hey, Adrian, I have these ladies. She's buying an Alfa Romeo, and she doesn't want to put company collision. Like, why? Ah, she doesn't want to. Whatever. Okay, plain. I did already. Explain it again. I did already. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. Okay, we know the FBI. You buy whatever you want. It's up to you. So we gave her our documentations. We have extra documentations. I recommend every single agent owner have you own papers. Have you own BI rejection form. Have you own UN rejection form. Have you own comprehensive and collection rejection forms. We have all of that. So make her sign everything. Text her, email her, and call her before we bind. So she knows exactly what she's buying. The funny thing is that the form says it has 4 sentences in bold black letters. I know that I'm not buying company collision. I know that I will not be covered. It's a simple form, but effective. She
Important.
signed
Yeah.
everything. Guess what happened? She got an accident. She totaled the car. So the lawyer sends me a letter. Says, "Hey, you scammed my client. You forced her. You lied to her to sell the policy." And my wife was like, "Wow, what are you gonna do with this?" Take it easy. We didn't do anything wrong. We have it. I reply back to the attorney, "Hey, this is not what happened. This is documentation. Do your thing." I sent everything back. Never heard back. That was like a year ago.
okay.
So
We could have
great.
been sued. I could have been
Right.
sued because
Absolutely. Yeah.
clients do that. But thank God that those safeguards that we put in place, we haven't been sued ever. I have an excellent relationship with my carriers. Last year, we were one of the few agencies that make bonuses for for good standing with the carrier, and I don't have a complaint. To be honest, this is a good industry. I love it. I love selling insurance. I love selling expensive insurance. I love, yeah, especially business because that's what I do most of the
Okay.
time. Because my team does auto, that's my bread and butter. But me personally, I do the payroll, the inner stuff inside the agency. But when big policies come to us, like business, all of that, I am the one that does that, and I love it. I do restaurants, I do aviation sometimes. Whatever comes, I can do it. And that's what I enjoy the most. Like doing the hard stuff, difficult, that's what I'm getting. So I get excited because I need to think. I don't like to do every mechanic stuff. I don't like it.
So I think that would be a good thing to kind of discuss because this is, very business focused. So what are the benefits? And if, there's like a new startup and maybe they don't have a business insurance policy currently, like what are some advantages? And is that something that, a startup could afford?
I say that it happens all the time with us, especially when auto industry, people go buy a car, they go buy a van, they say, hey, okay, I'm gonna do Amazon, I'm gonna cheap products or whatever, I'm gonna go buy a van. And when they come to me and I say, hey, I know the industry, I know how this works, I know the broker is gonna ask you for certain coverages. You can't buy a lower policy because you're not gonna be able to use it. And when you come back to me, increasing premiums is gonna go up a lot and you're not gonna buy it. This is a waste of time. So my advice to all business owners, do your research. Contact me or your agent or record or your agent and ask first before you do an investment. Insurance is a big part of your business and you can lose it all in one single day. I have a
Mhm.
client, she has a restaurant and she had one claim because a client was drinking in her restaurant, went out, got an accident, and she got imagine you starting your business from scratch, you put all the money you had, no, and then boom, you get sued 2 days after opening. Don't take I know, especially in my community, Cubans, people from South America, Latin America, I'm from the Caribbean. We're not used to this, but
Mhm.
we have to because your business depends of it. And I always say to my clients, can I rain coffee? It will never rain coffee. This is out of the realm of possibilities. Can you have an accident? Yes. So
Mhm.
it's your job as a CEO, as a business owner, as a head of family to take care of those possibilities that might arrive to your door, and you be prepared before it happens. So when it
Mhm.
happens, you know what to do.
Nice.
Love
And
that.
now, are you able to work and offer coverage and policies for any size business, like from a business that's one or two people all the way to 100 people?
Depends of the market. I can
Okay.
do hard plays. Depends on the size. Got some, I chew a lot, but sometimes I can't swallow it. So I remember this time I was the gym and I was talking to you're always pitching. Hey, I'm sure I do insurance, and this guy, hey, I do. I have a fine art transportation business. He transport fine art in like 3 or 4 states,
Very
like
cool.
big stuff. It's a
Yeah.
big policy. I said, yeah, yes, I can do it. I can do it. Throw it on me. I couldn't. It was too big. It was a monster. It was a big, big, big company, like too big for me. I couldn't. But the good thing is that I said, hey man, I can do this. Technically, yes, I could help, but I couldn't beat the price, right? And thanks to that, I start getting my other license. I'm now starting to be a surplus line agent. I have the 215 to sell life and health. I have the 220 as a broker, and now I'm working on the 120 again. I think is the name of the license to be a surplus agent to write my own business. So my plans are to be a bigger agency, to be a surplus agency, to sell like a boutique agency, more more focus in big businesses as a long shot. But it's in the pipeline. It's working. I'm working on it step by step.
And how long do those take to get? That sounds like a lot of different, like,
Depends of me how fast I can learn and pass the exam.
Okay.
So my advice to business owners, there is a book that if you guys like to read, there is a book that helped me. I think it's the best book I've read in my entire life. It's called Your Next Five Move by Patrick by David. That's the best business book anyone can read that help you think like that, like steps ahead. Do
Okay.
this because you don't know what's gonna happen, and if it happens, you know how to deal with it. And that's how business owners should operate, especially here in the US. The law is super, super complicated, and we have to be prepared.
And very much
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, that's true. Advice for business owners out there. Do you recommend wrapping policies as far as like personal business, insurance business, all the business, like all of the insurances together with one carrier? Or should you keep your personal health and stuff separate from your business policies?
That depends of many aspects. What I would say is that for business owners, get a consultant. I'm a consultant. I consult a bunch of people. Come to me or come to your agents. Hey, I want to do this. What is best for me? Because sometimes you can find a policy, workers' comp you can bundle. So you can bundle workers' comp is by itself. And then depends on what you do. Like if you have a small store that sells shoes, you don't need a $5 million umbrella plus a $5 million policy. So you don't need such a big policies unless you have a big movement. Everything depends on how much money you make.
Okay.
But sit with the person that knows to give you guidance, because there's so many stuff that you do not put into consideration when you making a business, and can make a difference. Can make a difference, especially monthly payments. If you open a restaurant, you're gonna have to make monthly payments of insurance because the policy have to be financed unless you have $20,000 to book for a policy, especially here in Miami.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, yes. A restaurant with liquor liability, you could hit $20,000 easy.
Mm, that makes sense.
So there's a big policy, and you have to make those payments. And if,
Mm.
if you only scratching the barrel to get everything money, because you need to buy all the equipment. It's a lot of money to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
Insurance is a big part of that. So be prepared, call your agent, make sure you have everything in one place, and the agent will take a good decision, because sometimes it's not worth it to put everything in one basket, but sometimes it is. Depends on the carrier, what can you do to that, but it depends of the what your business is gonna be doing that year, because it can change next year and you have to
Right.
adjust.
Okay. And so at
Yes.
that point, you would hit up your advisor and say, like, hey, we've, grown. So that would increase your policy. And they would
Yeah.
adjust.
So now it's really common, especially here in Florida, people are getting hit with audits on every policy. For a couple of years ago, I remember workers' comp was the one doing most of the audits. Now is
Mhm.
everything. General liabilities, workers' comps. They ask for the profit and loss, ask for documents from the IRS, taxes. They audit you, and if you were off in your application, if you grew up too much, if you went down, they adjust it, and they make you pay for it. Even when the policy passes, I have audits from 2025, from the policy 24-25, that have to be paid now, and they're already in the second term, and you can't escape that. They put you in collection if you don't pay for it.
Yeah, they're going to get their money.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Talk to the agent. Your agent works for you. So the agent is not, it's not an enemy. I always tell my clients, I work for you. I work with the carriers, but I work for you. My
Mm.
job is to make your life easier, make your life smooth. I will deal with that. I will take the heavy work. I will do the paperwork. I will call you every single month, 3 times a day, 4 times in the middle of the night. If you have to make a payment, I don't care. I will be on top of you, but that's my job. Your job is to work, make sure your business grows. I will handle the insurance, but talk to us. Talk to your agent. Your agent wants you to keep the policy. The agent wants you to have a good policy. Most of them.
Right.
There's always a bad apple, but most of agents want you to succeed in your business and want you to do the good. So talk to your agent. Don't hide numbers. It will always come back to you and bite you in the rear, because they know everything, and they even if they don't audit you, if you lie in your application, if you put a wrong number, if you put something wrong and you have an accident, you have no coverage. And
Okay.
you did pay all the time. Even when you pay, if you lie in the application, if you put something wrong, you're not gonna get coverage, and you lose the money. And that's
Like
worse.
fraud.
Yeah.
Now,
I
Adrian,
thought you
are
were gonna
you?
ask me a harder question. Hit me with something hard. Throw a better question.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So, are you able to help businesses all over the U.S.? Can you help a business in California and Arizona?
Keep in mind that we opened in 2021. We're a baby. So
Mhm.
I do business here in Florida. I do some business in Texas. I do some business in other states. I do not do business in California. California, it's a problem. I don't like to work in California.
Okay.
And whatever. And
That's fair.
besides that, it goes with the time, like if we get clients from a place, I can't get a codes and all that if I'm not gonna be selling from that state. So I would step by step, Florida first, and then we grow as long as we can or as big as we can. But for right now, we try to focus on Florida only.
Okay. And so where do you see the business in 1 year from now? If you can kind of like wave magic wand, like what is like the goal and the vision?
My goal is to add at least 5 new dealerships to my book. I want to service more dealers. There's a good business plan there. I don't know, double my staff. I want to have more people working for us. I want to build a good, robust selling team that can sell a lot. So we have really good standards, ethics, put everything up front. We're really clear with the client. We do really good relationships with everyone, and we want to keep it like that. So grow as fast as steady as we can, but doing good stuff, helping as much as we can, and making as much money as we can. Because that's the deal. That's why we do this.
Right, for sure. And I think kind
Whoever
of
says something else is lying because no one works for free. This is
right.
Right.
for money.
That's why this is
So
about this.
we take pride in our ethics and how we deal with clients because some things we do that no one else does or most people don't do, we do help our clients. We do it. Sometimes I put my own money with the client. Say, hey, I know you're going through stuff. Right now, I have a client that she has an audit that she's late, but she has a restaurant, it's a Latin restaurant, and for some reason the police is sitting in front of her restaurant every weekend, and she's not having customers, so she doesn't have the money otherwise. And I say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna collect commission on this payment. I will give it to you, so I'll lower your bill. So we do as much as I can because I value my clients. I rather lose a little bit of money and keep my client happy. That would send me more clients. That would send me more relationships with better people. And at the end, you know, $100, $200 is not going to make a difference. And it could make a difference to a client. Sometimes we have clients that come and say, hey, I can't do this payment. I'm late. And what can I do? Sometimes we can help. Sometimes we can. And when we can, we always do. We always take as much interest in helping the client as possible. Like, it's what
That's
we do
awesome.
here.
I think piggybacking off of that, the goal is growth and essentially, ideally, doubling over the next year.
Mhm.
What does customer acquisition look like for you? Are you guys like advertising? Is it like sales that are
I
going
do
out
zero
and
advertisement.
okay,
We spend so much money in 2025 doing marketing and advertisement that we didn't bring a quarter of the money back. So he said, no, no more money Facebook, no more money on none of that. I'm going to put my people on the streets. I have my agents, my marketing reps. They go out and we knock doors, all style. That's the
Oh,
best strategy we found for my business, and it paid off.
okay. So they're door to door
We don't do
business
cold
salings
calling.
to
We don't call
dealers.
people. We don't call random people.
hmm
I don't buy the leads. Not none of that. Everything's referrals and marketing.
like door to door
Yeah,
Yeah.
marketing?
door to door. Yeah, my girls go out and knock doors, knock doors.
Okay.
And we that it helps. It is the only strategy we found that gave us real results.
Very interesting.
It isn't. Yeah. I mean, that's an old school tactic, but that's great that you're able, that you're willing to like look outside the normal box of what's trending right now and sticking with that and being like, all right, well, let's try this and see if
It's a
that
blue
works.
ocean. There's another book if you like to read. Blue Ocean Strategy. It's a good book for marketing knowledge. I
Okay.
like reading.
It's essential learning. Always learning is part of this entrepreneur
Always.
journey, right? You
Yeah.
have to.
I only know that I know nothing.
There's more to learn for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So for
What
someone that
else?
wanted to start off in there, what type of license, what kind of training, how does someone get started to do what you do?
Okay. licenses, there's two licenses that if you want to own the business, you need to have a broker license, which is a 220 PNC 220. If you're gonna be a customer service rep, it's a 440 license. It's really easy to get. The 440 takes more time. My English is my second language, as you can tell, and it took me 2 years to pass it because
Okay.
I wasn't studying. No, I was working with the people with disabilities. Was getting beat up, and I was studying for the test. So it took me a time to get it done, but I got it done. And besides that, training with people. You need a mentor. Find someone that wants to teach you. Because if you buy franchise wise, so people go say, I'm gonna buy a franchise. Yeah, person's gonna sell your franchise. Fine, they're gonna set up the hardware. They're gonna set up the big the building, all that. But you do know nothing. You don't
Mhm.
know how to sell. You don't know how to deal with this kind of business. The business don't come out of the doors. People are not gonna knock at the door, hey, I want to do business with you. You have to
Yeah.
learn. You have to
Right.
learn how to deal with the clients, how to make the sales, where to place the business, how to deal with the systems, all of that. And that's something that we have in the future. You asked earlier, I forgot. My wife has a license to open an academy. We're thinking about building something like that. Like, you have the license already. Come to me. I'm gonna teach you on the fire. I'm gonna put you to work in training. I'm gonna teach you how to be an agent without giving you a lesson through Zoom. Come in person, and I'm gonna teach you. That's what we're aiming to do at some point. Maybe 2026. We want to put 2026 to grow, but in the pipeline, in the ideas of what's coming in, is to build a kind of, because we lack that, especially here in Florida, the capital of the fraud. There's many people selling insurance without knowledge, and there's a liability for the client. There's a bad thing for the state. There's a bad thing for the clients in price, all of that. And we want to be the ones that move the industry into more ethical ways of doing business, more better ways to doing business and doing good business. Because at the end, if you do a bad business, it only helps no one, because you're not gonna win. You're not gonna if you a bad business is gonna hunt you for a long time. I like to sleep. I sleep like a baby, and every time I go to bed, it just says, "I'm fine. All my corners are covered. Nothing is gonna happen, and I'm not gonna have something coming up tomorrow morning." And so people go to bed and without knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow, because they didn't train their staff. The staff did everything they could to sell without understanding the actions of what they're doing. So we're trying to train people that know how the system works and works well, how to manage the system.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Running ethical companies, especially in something like insurance, which has bad stigma, it has a bad reputation. It's one of those almost like it's like you have to have it. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants to do it. It's a necessity. But it's one of those things. I like the fact that you're wanting to break that and make it something different.
I've lost so much money. I've lost so much money because we refuse to do, we call it Mickey Mouse.
Mhm.
So here in Florida, in the Latino community, we call it Mickey Mouse. When you do something wrong just to sell the policy, tricks that people do in the system to get a lower rate, right? And if you do that in my agency, you automatically fire. I don't care. I don't care how much is the policy. I don't care how many clients. I don't care. We do not lie to the carrier. I value my license. I value my relationship with my carriers, and we do not lie. Everyone in my we have a party yet on Sunday, and the bartender was telling me, "Hey, I'm impressed how you people go along together, because we seen all the agencies to do insurance, and they fight all the time for money." He says, "We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't fight for money. People here like, okay, you want to sell it, okay, go sell it." They don't fight like that. No, because we don't push it. I don't push my agents to do more sales. I push them to do effort, to put effort. So I value effort. If you put up a lot of effort and you come to me, ask for help, and we do trainings and we sell, I'm going to help you succeed. I'm going to help you grow. And I don't want you to do bad stuff, because once you get used to doing tricks like that, you're gonna keep doing it, and the next person that comes does the same and the same and the same, and then you poison the whole agency.
Mhm.
So from the beginning, zero, we lose the client. No, because the client did this and all the agency. We come out, sometimes we get the papers and we say, this is wrong. No, the agent doesn't care. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. No, but I can do the same. No, let it go. Let it go. I'm gonna send you 2 more deals. And I call my manages, hey, send this client a couple of deals today because he lost a policy.
So, yeah, and I think that's so important to, especially, I feel like people are becoming more aware of having, ethical business and the role that that plays in it's like the world in general. So I love that you guys, that's like a cornerstone foundational piece of your business model because
Huh?
I do think it's so important. And like this field, I feel like it is a scary field for customers and for consumers. So having that,
Because they
be
blame us.
center.
They blame us. Says,
Hmm.
oh, the company didn't pay. That's your fault. No, it wasn't my
Right.
fault. You lied to me. You
Right.
didn't disclose your
Yeah.
teenager daughter that crashed the car. You didn't tell me she was living there. So what am I supposed to do? So it's a weird situation to deal with it, but you have to take the hard decisions in order to build a strong foundation for you for your business. Make sure you're bulletproof, because that's one of the things when once you open the door to those little details. Today is an extra letter in the name. Tomorrow is the wrong zip code, but you don't know what the agent is going to come, because right now I have 13, but when I have 50 people selling for me, I don't know what they're doing. I can verify. We have a safety net. We have a safeguard process after they sell it. We review everything after, like an underwriting, internal underwriting system to prevent those mistakes. But perfect. So if you train your people from the beginning to do it
Yeah.
Mhm.
correctly, and your management team, everyone does this from the beginning, you have no problem with that.
Great. Yeah, we love a good system and process.
Yeah. I mean, setting that standard.
That's one of the things that the industry is lacking right now.
Hmm.
We are in the world now, AI and automations and all of that. And the industry of insurance is falling behind with technology. When you open those agency management systems, they look archaic from the 40s and
Hmm.
nothing works correctly. And you have to look into a list of this big of reports. Which is the report I need? We
Oh my
shouldn't be
God.
doing this in 2026. So
Right.
at some point, maybe if I hit the lotto and make money, I will be my own product. But until I have the money, I have to use someone else's product.
That could be like 2028.
Sometimes depends, because it costs money. It's a big project, but
Yeah,
I
it is.
think we're lacking that. We're lacking into agents putting money towards building. Because sometimes we have big companies building products that they don't use. They just sell it,
Mhm.
and then we have to take the product as it is, and we can customize it. We can change it. We can do anything as a hey, this is not working for me. No, I'm gonna send an email to engineering. They never fix it. And we need people that work in the industry that, well, you know what, I'm gonna put money towards this because I need to build a robust infrastructure for my business. Because if you guys own an agency, you know how it is. You have to have the management agent system, you have to the quoting system like a Rater or something like that, and then you have to CMS and all that stuff, everything. So I have to like four systems in one
Right.
place.
No,
We
kind of
shouldn't. Yeah, we
piecemealed
shouldn't
and
be CRM. So the CRM, the agency management system, the Rater, Google, whatever. It's just too many stuff, and
it
that
is.
costs money
Yeah,
as well. So
right. And
it's
time.
really
Yeah.
important that agents choose the right technology for them that works
Yeah.
best for them,
That
and
makes
do your
sense.
research. Get a
Oh,
mentor. If you are opening an insurance agency, get a mentor. Go and look for a person that already has one that is willing to teach you and
mhm.
pass the knowledge so you will succeed, because by yourself is really hard. Really hard.
I love that. And if somebody wants to work with you, Adrian, or they want to reach out to either mentor or for insurance. How do they find you? How do they get a hold of you?
I need a mentor. So my website, Instagram, we have I don't know the name, but I think it's Top Coverage. If you look it up online, it should come up. And we always looking for people, good people, hardworking people, that wants to do good, wants to willing to work. Because this is the industry that you have to put work and wait. It's not like you work in a month and next month you're making $20,000. It doesn't work that way. You have to wait, you have to learn, you have to understand the system, and a year pass by, 6 months, maybe more, and then you start making money. And once that happens, now you're golden.
Love that. And you can find their website at top-coverage.com, and we'll include it in the show notes. So you guys can find it there if you are interested in working or getting some insurance through Adrian.
Yes.
I
Adrian,
do
thank you
whatever. I do
so much.
everything. Aviation, boats, business, workers' comp, homeowners, everything. Whatever you need, we do it.
I love that. And just real quick, just for people that are listening that might be out there and stuff, you do offer your services in Espanol as well?
But yeah, we every single person in my agency have to be bilingual. My
Okay.
clientele is, believe it or not, 51-49 English and Spanish.
Wow.
Because
That's great though.
I'm a data guy.
Yeah.
My background in behavior analysis, I always
Mhm.
keeping track of my stuff. And when I see my stats, English and Spanish, because I keep the record of the language the client speaks. It's
Yeah.
51-49.
Okay.
So you must speak Spanish and English. If you know a third language, it's better, but
Yeah.
preferable two languages.
At least 2.
That's great.
So if you're gonna offer a service, you have to offer the best service ever. We don't go 80%, we go 100, 110. We don't go down.
Love that. That's so
I
great.
know I do. I get the name now, top coverage, because that's what you're offering, the top of the line.
Definitely.
That's great. Well, thank you, Adrian, for your time. It's been great getting to
Awesome.
know you and hearing your
Well,
story.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a blast.